Wildcats set a GLIAC meet and GLIAC overall record.
The GLIAC champ, Nolles.
My parents, especially my mom, they always wanted to have us involved in sports because I have two siblings, two brothers. So we always did some sort of activity, some sort of sport. And swimming was important because I'm from Uruguay and we have a lot of beaches and the ocean and stuff. So water safety was important, so I think that's the main reason we're into swimming. When I finished high school in December, I knew that I wanted to come to US, or at least try to come to US and keep swimming and studying at the same time. So I just emailed a lot of Division II schools because I thought there was going to be my best fit. And I didn't get a lot of replies, and I just got a really fast reply from Matt.
I immediately responded to him, and within 9 days we had a commitment to our team.
As soon as he gave me an offer, I said yes. So I didn't even look up what the campus looks like, what the pool looks like, nothing. It was all just I just want to come here to the US.
We were kind of taking a chance on him because he wasn't as fast as our standards were, but we also felt like he had a lot of potential too. One of the great things about Leo is that he has really developed from the day he got on campus. Watching Leo grow from a guy who just wanted to go fast to a guy who understood the details of every little aspect was really, one of the most enjoyable things about coaching him.
I feel he is established a sense of discipline in certain aspects of his training, which can be hard, especially when you're a college athlete, that you've come from class and you're tired and you maybe don't want to spend an extra 20 minutes doing what your body needs. And I think he does a good job of doing what he needs to do. I think that rubs off on people. It's interesting because I was reflecting on last year versus this year. And last year being an Olympic year, it was really, he had to do certain things to be able to swim for his country of Uruguay in Paris. And so he actually missed the last day of our conference because he had to go and to a different meet to be able to keep on their Olympic team. And so it was really different preparation because he had been swimming a lot and we'd been coming and going a little bit in order to make that dream happen, which we're very excited about, but maybe he wasn't at the fullest capacity at last year's Nationals that I think he could be.
Preparing for Nationals was a little bit of a challenge this year. In some ways it was good because we had more time, but I feel like Leo laid it all on the line, as does most of our team at the conference championship.
He came in my office, just kind of sat down and was telling me how much he'd been thinking about winning this 100 free at conference and how it was fueling him. Once he'd had that little conversation with me, and it didn't last very long, but just I could see in his eyes how much he wanted it. I just knew, it's gonna happen.
So even in the month coming up to conference, all he could talk about was, I'm gonna do this at conference, we're gonna do this at conference. And he was very driven for that, which made it super fun. A little bit intense at times because he was definitely applying pressure on himself, but in a way it brought up all the people around him too, because everybody started believing we can do this, we can do that. And particularly going into the relays in that meet, we were not ranked where we would be considered winners for those relays. And as a team with Leo anchoring them, came through really big. This is the fastest time in the nation in the 200 free relay. It was crazy fast. The intensity and the drive and the focus to achieve his goals was, almost superhuman. Honestly, that was part of what the challenge was for NCAA, is because you get so emotionally high when you reach those goals, and all of a sudden you have 2 weeks to come down and come back up again in terms of your emotions.
He got right back in the weight room and he got a little bit sick. So just trying to get that balance of trying to establish some more work and then come back and resting, but also trying to stay healthy in that moment too.
We had a few days to get used to the pool, to get used to the starting blocks, the walls, because they're all different than our pool and any pool we've been to. So primarily my advice to him was just get used to the surroundings.
Well, first in the morning I didn't swim that good. I swam a 19.7, which was a little bit far from my best time, but I still made the A final, I think 6th. So that was just important because usually in the mornings I don't swim so good. So it was just important to make the final, and I was happy with that. And I don't know, I just knew that if I had a chance, like a spot in the final, I have a chance to win.
He did it just right. He got into a good middle lane. You want to be in a middle lane because those are faster and you're around the faster athletes. So I was really, getting through prelims was the biggest moment for me, just making sure that he took care of business because I knew when we got to finals, he'd lay it all out.
I mean, we were all ecstatic. We were super happy. We saw everything he does this whole year. We know he's been dealing with some sicknesses the last couple of weeks or months at this point, so we just know it meant a world to him.
He just did really great, and that's a hard race to do. Spent the 100 free on the last day of basically a 5-day meet. But I think he's proud of what he did.
I mean, looking back, like a lot of months before, I didn't even expect it to be ranked as I was ranked before, how we did, or relays, qualifying every relay. So I'm more than happy with everything.
It's exciting to watch someone that even if we're behind and he's going in, I'm like, oh, he's got it. He is gonna chase that person down. He is gonna give 110% and do everything he can to get that time and to, get us that better place. I always have confidence in him to do that. He just is really fun to watch that way.
Besides what you see in the pool, he's honestly one of the best people I know. He's always reaching out to other people. Anytime someone comes up to him in public or whatever, he's always willing to talk and always willing to help out.
When this guy is asked to go fast, he goes so fast that he basically can't get up off the ground for a while. He went so hard at conference, he was literally unable to do anything for about a week after that. And I don't think people understand that level of intensity. He is always going to know that he can do anything. He can accomplish anything.